Imagine a quiet suburban street where a person can simply be swallowed by the dark, leaving no trace behind. In 2014, a teenager named Jake left his house for a short walk and never returned. He was a normal kid in a town where things like this didn't happen. Local police searched the surrounding forests, and dive teams spent weeks scanning the lakes. Every logical path led to a dead end. 10 years passed, the search parties stopped, the posters faded, and his family eventually accepted the reality that Jake was gone. In a decade-long cold case with no physical evidence, the story usually ends with a death certificate. On a rainy night 10 years after he vanished, the silence was broken when the front doorbell rang. When Jake's mother opened the door, her son was standing there, looking exactly as he did the night he left. He was wearing the same clothes from 2014, a cotton hoodie and jeans that showed no signs of wear, weathering, or even a decade of dust. Even more unsettling was his face. While his classmates had grown into adults, Jake hadn't aged a single day. The relief of his return was immediately shadowed by a physical paradox. Nature dictates that 10 years should leave a mark, yet Jake remained a perfect snapshot of the past. Jake seemed confused by his family's shock, calmly asking why they were crying over a walk he had started just hours ago. This suggests a massive gap in subjective time dilation, severing his internal clock from the outside world. This chart visualizes the two different realities. The top axis shows the 3,650 days that passed for the rest of the world. For Jake, on the bottom axis, only 12 hours elapsed. While a decade unfolded for everyone else, he experienced a single evening. This wasn't a case of memory loss. From Jake's perspective, the last 10 years simply did not occur. Doctors conducted a full medical examination, finding no signs of aging, no malnutrition, or physical stress from a decade of missing time. The only anomaly they recorded was his core body temperature. It was significantly lower than the human standard and remained there, regardless of the room's warmth. A body in stasis might explain the lack of aging, suggesting his biological processes paused while he was gone. However, the sustained low temperature points to a more radical possibility, that his body is no longer producing heat through normal human metabolism. The medical data indicates that while Jake looks human, his internal systems are operating under a set of biological rules that do not match our own. As the days passed, the personality his parents remembered began to slip away. He became distant, reacting to his childhood home as if he were a stranger in a museum. At night, he was heard whispering to the empty corners of his room, engaged in one-sided conversations with something unseen. His parents found a note in his diary. It read, "They told me I wasn't supposed to come back." The use of the word "they" suggests Jake wasn't alone during his absence. It implies he was under the observation of an intelligence that had not authorized his return. His arrival that rainy night may have been a mistake, a glitch in whatever system held him for 10 years. When someone vanishes and returns unaged, it suggests the place they went doesn't just hold people, it changes what they are. The pristine clothes, the freezing blood, and the whispered conversations are the markers of a person who has been replaced by something else. It leaves the family to wonder who or what is actually living in Jake's bedroom. The boy who left in 2014 likely never came home. In his place sits a flawless, freezing imitation of a son.